particular video, we'll be talking about the prelims exam, which is the first stage of the civil services examination, and a very crucial one, in fact. And well, I have appeared for 4 prelims and well, cleared for all 4 of them. That's the positive part. And so we're just going to talk about what we think should be the approach. We are not going to talk about the strategy, but only the kind of mindset you should have while approaching the prelims examination.
Let me just start by saying that I scored exactly the number of marks that were required for cutoff, which was 116.00. So I think my strategy is very good. But the mindset is equally important because you just never know with MCQs, right? So it is very, very important to be very positive in whenever you are approaching this exam, because see, all of you will think that all of you will go blank, or all of you will think that you've not done enough. But if you have covered the syllabus well, if you have done the static portion well, if you have done the current affairs well, be prepared for a decent paper. Don't think that other people might know too much, or even if the questions you feel that you're not able to know, be confident that if you have covered your syllabus, there are very few people out there who can actually answer those questions apart from you, because you've covered the entire spectrum yourself. So that is one thing, that everybody feels that they have not done enough, but it is ultimately the paper which decides where you will fare at the end.
Yeah, and the other thing is about the cutoff. So the thing is, we are all aware of the figures of the cutoff from the last year and probably the last 5 years. And hence, when we go into the prelims examination, we might have a preconceived notion about the cutoff. And I think that's detrimental, because that pushes you in a particular direction. My advice to all of you would be that just look at the paper and evaluate it on its merits and attempt the questions which you are sure about, and then take some calculated risks, because it will depend on the kind of paper, the number of aspirants. Each year all of these dynamics are different, so it might not really have a relation to the previous year cutoff, and therefore you should not stress yourself out if you have attempted only, let's say, 55 questions or 60 questions that I'll not be able to clear because the last time the cutoff was so much. So that is one aspect you need to keep in mind. And as Sonalika was saying, that if you have covered everything, the static portion, and been following the current affairs, and then you're not able to solve a question, please understand it is difficult for everyone, and it's a competitive exam, and everyone will find it difficult to get that question right. So do not sweat out too much about it, and just move on to the next one.
Okay, so the next would be, do not underestimate the importance of a healthy brain, and which includes you eating a very good diet and drinking lots of water, because we underestimate it. We think that okay, we need to revise more, we need to study more, we might study like past 12 till 3 a.m. in the morning, but that doesn't help, because it is an exam of what you have studied for the entire year or so. So you really cannot cover anything substantial in the last 3 hours. So believe in yourself and eat and sleep very well, because you really need a fresh mind, because it is exhaustive. You really need to focus in an exam, and for that you need energy. So try and focus on a very good diet for the last 7 days. Do not stress out too much. It is natural for everyone, and everybody feels that way. So just focus on that. Yeah.
And another thing about luck, which is a part of the exam, and like in one of my 4 attempts, I also cleared the exam by hardly 1 mark in the prelims exam. So that can happen on a given day. The risks you are taking, those questions might go wrong, and all of them might go wrong, in fact. So on a bad day, you might not clear the prelims exam also. So that factor is there. But again, I would say that control the things you can control, and they are that you cover whatever the static portion well, and the current affairs also, and give it your best shot and take a few calculated risks. And my strategy has always been to attempt the questions I know first, and then maybe 10 or 15 questions depending on my assessment of the paper, that only those questions I'm going to attempt. So don't take too much risk, because obviously there is negative marking, and 1 mark also can put you on the other side of the line, actually.
So, okay, since there is like almost 1.5 months left for your exam, so just telling you what I did. I used to really do all the every day I used to do one mock, which was I thought very important because it just tells you what kind of questions can come, how you should think about questions, and how the options can go wrong and right or whatever. So mock tests are very important, and analyzing them is more important than actually giving mock tests. So try and do one mock test every day. It will take 1.5 hours for the mock test and maybe 1.5 to 2 hours to analyze that. So that is very, very important in the last days. Do revise your current affairs a lot because most of the paper comes from the current affairs, if I'm not wrong. They might do something different this year, you just don't know. But current affairs are very, very important. And there are some portions in the static, the static portion which are, you just can't go wrong in them. For example, Lakshmikant, you just know end to end because you just can't get a question wrong from political science if it's a direct question from something related to the parliament or the working of the government. So try revising everything right now. Don't open any new sources of information. Try revising everything that you've been doing and just try and be confident about what you have done.
Yes, so and another small thing, the last thing which I would like to mention, there has been a lot of hue and cry about the number of vacancies this year and how it has gone down drastically. But again, this is one of the factors which is not in your control. What is in your control is studying well, taking care of your health, and just revising everything, taking mocks, and being confident on the day of the exam and executing it as you would on any other mock test. So that's it from our side, I think, and
all the very best
all the
for your
best.
examination and do well.
Yes, thank you.